I'm just mugging.
Uh, welcome to Humanity Unboxed. Very unboxed today, as usual. We're all monkeys anyway.
Yeah,
Morning, Michael. Great to see you.
good to see you.
I love the
You have
the
you have a whole package today,
yeah.
right? You have a whole package. Oh my God, I'm gonna I'm gonna put the seatbelt on. Sorry,
I feel like there's no pressure, right?
it's unreal, right? It's unreal. It's not.
Exactly.
You feel it's like, can that be real? No,
Well, this is what is reality. It doesn't actually exist, does it? It's just us in this
exactly.
moment talking to each other
Hmm.
on
Yes.
different sides of a very big ocean.
Uh huh.
Some Yeah, but we get to have these conversations, so that's pretty cool. And our
Yeah.
theme is still energy. We're still kind of moving into this in the northern hemisphere. It's all about letting go, but I think it's on a metaphorical level as well, kind of letting go of all the bullshit around us, because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of you were
Mm.
just telling me about things not working and having to fit into processes and systems and things. And today is World Octopus Day as well. Why we
Oh
sort of
my God. Happy Perry.
happy World Octopus Day, yes.
Yeah.
um yeah, so I mean there's a lot going on in the world, but humans need to monkey more, don't you think,
Yeah.
Mike? That's a
Exactly. I
huge,
agree. Agree totally. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Hold on. Hold on. I need to do
to
my
readjust your
artificial my artificial my artificial is a bottle. My artificial tripod is a bottle.
Oh, brilliant. I love it. Okay, so energy, human energy, system energy. What is there
Mhm.
such a thing? Do systems have energy or do they just drain our energy? What do you think?
I'm speechless. No, I think everything is right. Everything is. So
Yeah,
we create wars. We create politicians that don't do the job. That actually the meaning of politician I think needs to be totally redone, and the meaning of war, because I feel in I was writing before we talked,
yeah,
and I think growth is my perception, my life experiences, comparing it with yours,
hmm,
and not making it me versus you, but
hmm,
say I see what, like a kid eats an ice cream. I see, oh, I want the ice cream. Another person says, oh, uh, the, the ice cream, this cute, that kid with the ice cream. The third thinks, oh my God, the kid eats an ice cream, he's going to die. That's the system relevant thing, yeah? The system relevant perception is thing. And this drive, I think everything comes from a scarcity lack,
hmm,
that we talk about the essence. If you want to really shift, we got to do the financial principles,
hmm,
because it says eat replace the unused,
hmm,
uh, buy more. uh, it's never enough. You are
hmm,
never enough. So we constantly keep uh, efforting in being lack, like we talked about the mistakes. I call them the golden cobblestones to success.
hmm,
And I have changed since you and I talk. I've changed to look not at at the product, at the what comes out. I mean, I
yeah,
know that from art, but then I saw whatever. That's why art is so powerful when you
yeah,
not look at the product,
yeah,
because I pull everything that I experienced with art and human. So those are the two things I think, and then say, does the system or the technology fit the humans? Does the technology fit our well-being, our fulfillment? Because
hmm,
people want to just be, they want to just be happy, live. They want to just live life, not they want to react to artificial dissonance, this is really, I'm and it's funny that because before you, all this stuff came in, because we already lined up to talk.
Yeah.
So I think and the question today in systems is capitalism and democracy really definite function? That's in system. And should that not be changed? And there we come back to our thing. Systems need to be updated, because there is, when we start at the end of this talk, you and I are different.
Yeah.
So what is the system doing? The system is stagnant and tries to make everybody the same and delivering to everyone. I know that's a noble intent, but
is there though? Not necessarily. There isn't,
Good, yes.
Because you have a noble intent doesn't mean the system or the creator of the system has a noble intent.
No, I think the creators always have a noble intent. I think the people that take advantage of systems and technology, because it's like I create a ball and you put I invent the ball and you put a pattern on the ball that kids cannot have a ball. They have to pay you a fee to use the ball. So everything is so I create the fire and you try to capture the fire today in today's world, because we have such a lack and scarcity. I create the fire, and then this is the thing with energy. We have enough energy for everyone. Why would we create technology and not making that number one and say, oh, but that technology takes all the power away from us? Like AI, all the things. We have actually, we have surpassed coal, energy to make with coal. We have surpassed that. So electricity, the renewable, the sustainable energy we create. But what does that help when it's never enough? What does it enough with the AI? So we had a great, and nobody even says that.
Yeah.
Nobody acknowledges that. So I can change only when I acknowledge something that I did good, for human potential, or bad. And how can I mean, we what a breakthrough. We have renewable, sustainable energy more than other, but we use exponentially more to observe that energy. That doesn't make sense. So we broke the barrier that our needs are met.
Yeah.
But we created so many technology and system stuff that needs more energy, and the other people in that system, also the people that take advantage of it, want to use it. We use more energy, so it costs more. It's harder to get. We can turn it off. We have blackout. Why? And I ask that question always. Why are one part of humans want to take advantage of another? The other ones work hard, do this everything, even with women. It starts with women. They do this, but it's not so powerful than men. Where is this coming from? No, you're a human. You're not just, you are system defined as a woman. You are female. You're human that is female, like you're human that is black. You're human,
Yeah. But there's power in segregation. So the feminine, which it can be male or female, but all of us.
Yeah.
The feminine power is very, very powerful. Power is powerful. The femininity of what women carry is very powerful in the fact that we have that intuitive insight into life and the world.
You're born with that. You're born with that.
Yeah.
It's not like you guys work and study what the studying comes to understand your power.
Yes.
The study is not saying.
Well, sometimes the letting go of the judgments or the boxes as such is
Yeah.
where that power is materialized or internalized. So there is power for those people to take advantage of these segregatory things
Yeah.
that they then suppress the power that is already inherent in, for example, women or whatever,
Even men, because men are now on the, in Holland, they say there's more CEOs. I mean, also in America, there's more people that graduate from school. So it's now comes the pendulum swings back that men they identify. I don't identify as a man. I identify as a human.
yeah,
You know,
exactly, me too.
and so I don't. I don't. So I don't need to fight it. I don't need to fight and say, "Oh, we men need to get the power back and suppress women again." No, I said,
yeah, because you're at peace with what and who you are, not
yeah,
as a system relevant entity, which would
yeah,
be a Austrian man that lives in California or whatever it is.
yeah,
Because you can see a bigger picture of where your connectedness in this world is, more than your
yeah,
individuality, the segregation of you from other humans.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think the lack scarcity, we got to look at this really. We got to do nothing, but I say
We
I
could.
want to look at. I'm curious to look
Yeah.
at what is the true function of the true function of democracy, because the world thinks that democracy is that the humans, the system relevant humans in
Yeah.
the world think that democracy and which comes always with financial principles is the best to capitalism. Financial principle of capitalism is the best, and they hold on to it. What they have, they hold on, because what we did by that dance of it's never enough, we gotta get more, and so I can live, means I can live if I can put you in a stress and say you need more. I sell you an insurance in case something happens, which nobody can guarantee anyway. Nobody can predict the future. You are taken care of. And then we see now, because we were holding so on the old, that these system cannot fulfill their promises.
But see, for me, in that promise, it takes me so much energy to have to go
exactly.
and read through all this fine print to make
Yeah.
sure of what I'm being promised. Because if
Yeah.
I miss something, then
One thing, if you
one little thing, and it might be
yeah,
a word that I misunderstood,
exactly.
then suddenly all of that. So I never had it. I never have that security because
Yeah.
I can never, there's no transparency. There's no, okay, this is
Yeah.
what I'm
Yes.
getting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's an exchange of energy in that I am giving you money, for example, in an insurance policy, or I'm giving you, something from my assets, and you are supposed to give me peace of mind. But for me to really have that peace of mind, I must use so much energy to make sure that what you say is true, that I can trust you. And in that exchange, I'm not sure if it's worth it. You know what I mean?
And it's also the awareness. If what we are doing is untangling our distortion and bring it back to like in nature, everything grows always and contracts, so that we see that you and I. So that's how I see it. That you and I can actually observe each other's experience, life experience, to bring our own life experience into balance. So if I say I'm a horrible man, and you say, no, Michael, you're not a horrible man. You're actually one of the few men that understands that. That changes your perspective about man, and also my perspective of being me. And there's a segregation, but we are not me and you. This is the perception is oh, it's him and as long as you and me exist, segregated, as I'm Michael and there's Michelle, and she's different. She's a woman, and she's this. She lives on another planet, and whatever. We will never get together because we're not using our difference.
Mm.
We're not embracing our one-on-oneness
Mm.
to balance humanity. We're using our one-on-oneness and ignore it and try to make systemically in technology to make the same. In the technology, every keyboard has to be the same. It cannot have a mistake, a keyboard. It has to be thing. But that's only that humans have like a language. It's the same as language. Like, oh, we say this word, and that's why language always expands and updates, because the system is always getting a new vernacular for certain things. And we cannot even go into certain systems because we have no clue what the vernacular is. And and also the heavy burden is when we don't understand. I think humanity, animals, they understand what they are. They never worried, oh, am I really the good beaver or am I different? Am I bad beaver?
Yeah.
But because we have free will and the segregation, that needs to be embraced that we are so different, embraced, because there shouldn't be a judgment, like mistakes. The thing is the judgment of mistakes. I think it is the joy that what we do doing here, we giving our limitlessness to each other to make more limitlessness. It's never done. Infinity is never done. It's it's
with no expectation though, and that's the tricky bit.
Because, that's the trick.
Because when we have expectations, we lose a lot of that vitality that we start with. Oh, we didn't get that thing. There's no tick there. Oh, comparison, as you say, mistakes only mistake if you have something to compare it to. If you make a judgment, if there's no judgment, then there are no mistakes, and there's no rights or wrongs or blacks or whites or greens or grays or whatever. It's only experiencing each other on a relational aspect instead of a transactional aspect. So with humans, we are relational beings. We have forgotten a lot of that though, because we live in this democratic capitalist world.
Constantly judgment world. The judgment is system relevant, because in the system you need to know, is this keyboard working or is it not? Can a human really and there's different keyboards that go like this and this, and are they still humans are still able to do something with them? But this is a difference. There's a difference between system relevance and human centricity, and I think if we constantly say judgment constantly, then we instinctively, because we are herd animal, adapt that, because that becomes from knowing. So our focus is on awareness, unboxing humanity, right? That's our focus. And that's why we get to a, after 60 episodes, whatever, we get to a knowing that I'm not worried. Whatever I have a knowing with you of the oneness of us, that even if I throw up right now or get red in my face or whatever, we handle it. We dance with it. We handle it. And that's what life is. Not a fear. Is it going to be good? Do I have enough ratings? Everybody plugged into me. No, we do it. We said it from beginning, you and I. We said we do it for us. If other people, if we can contribute to humanity and other people can, can benefit from that, we benefit because other people benefit. The win-win-win situation.
We benefit without them, so there is no comparison. There's no, they benefited a lot, so therefore we benefit a lot. we benefit a lot without any of the other.
Without the product selling.
Yeah, because there is no expectation in that. Because this is enough.
Yeah, and this is now.
And this is now.
And this is now.
Yeah.
This is not in the future. When something happens and it, we have luck or whatever, the universe aligns with it, we have some. And the people think they did it. I did 3,000 paintings. I don't think I did it. They just came through me. And you need to be aware of this. We all like that. It's not like when people always say, "Hey, I'm not an artist." I said, "You are an artist, because creativity is our first superpower." But if you don't enjoy the creation, if you struggle in the creation, then you're not getting it. You're not. I mean, I never not struggle. There's always things where I struggle, but I know, I have a knowing that's not what I intend to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't want it. I embrace it. I said, yes, I'm struggling right now. I mean, no, I'm not right now. But if I had a hard situation, which I had, I embraced the situation.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the outcome, I thought, I have 2 months. And I did 14 months. So, So
yeah, exactly. So there's a big difference though between the energy that nourishes life and creativity and all that, and the energy that's consumed by these systems. Because the one in that difficult time, the systems were the ones that were draining you, because you were knocking on these doors, you were talking to the right people, you were doing all the right things, but there was no what's the word? No return on that investment of energy. The only thing that really kept you going was your own eternal creative nature of, embracing yourself as a creative collaborative creature, as that aspect of your journey.
And also systems, judged what art is the product. Art is like you creating a pink pie. I always say that you creating a pink pie and say, oh, it's gonna sell.
Yeah.
But nobody wants a pink bicycle. So that's. But if I could make a lime green bicycle, all of a sudden I sell them all over. So.
And yet the world has changed though, because we're living now in a world where influencers seem to be running these, fads or tastes. So whoever, Johnny Smith is a great influencer, and there's this herd mentality of, oh, he's got a green hat, so we all must have green hats. Or,
green hats,
and it becomes a systemic thing where with art there is no system involved. It is a free.
It is the function. It's the pure function of creativity.
Yeah.
It says, okay, a horse has to look like a horse. No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't even have to be a horse. It could be a horse for me. It could be a donkey for you, or it could be a symbol of transport.
There's so much power in that, in the creation. In the creation process, so much power to recognize, for us. Because it really doesn't matter if my horse is a donkey and your horse is a lion. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter,
And in that process, energy becomes something that refills us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if we're trying to make the perfect horse, we're just giving away that energy into something that there isn't a perfect horse. Because even in nature, no horse is always perfect. In just as a human is always perfect in imperfection, but not because I have drawn it like another artist did or something.
Yeah, and that shows. See, science actually proves that what you just said, because in quantum physics and quantum what is the other one? Quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
You look at the double-slitted issue, and what they found out now is scientifically proven that the observer that looks, it's not there anymore. You cannot repeat the present. So that showed that even society that they one of one is so it's not the end step. I'm saying is one step too long for and realize, because like you and I having 60 episodes, we get a knowing that we can dance. We get a knowing. And it's always the knowing, because you're not thinking. And I say Prashad says it often. He mentioned it. When I get up and go over there, I don't need to think which foot do I use first, and I don't have to systemize my knowing.
Yeah.
Because knowing and it's we call that awareness. You're aware that you can do it, and that strengthens you on all levels, on your body, on your healing, on everything. You know? Oh, are you hearing the bing bang bong bong?
Is it church?
The church bells, yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing a rock and roll song. No.
Yeah, it's really cool actually. Yes, so there is, but in that we don't need to have energy to think about that first step that we take, because it becomes an inherent thing. We can only when we kind of look out and see, oh, I've traveled so far and therefore I've taken so many steps, but I didn't need to be present for each of those. I could
exactly
look at the birds and hear the church bells and
get the energy from Earth. Allow the little monkey run down and do this. Just. I mean, I look at the roses here, and I say, I see that. I let that in. I'm not looking at roses and say, hey, rose is the last thing. I need money. And this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you focus on something that is not energy, because money is also energy, but when you focus on something that doesn't nurture you, because the abundance is not only money. Abundance has, 4 or 5 things. You smell, you taste, you get the fulfillment in another way, and that's energy, which you can get from another human. So you and I, when we talk to each other, we are not totally unbalanced afterwards. And because you try to please me, I try to please you. It's just that's the thing. And when everything that has life, and nature has that, and the segregation of humans and nature, we are nature. We cannot be the judge we cannot judge nature as something different than human. We are part of it. So we cannot say, oh, yeah, but we are excluded from nature. No, we are one of the highest forms of nature. But even if I say that, I don't even know. They find now we have so much lack and scarcity that we have become very hard to be the stewards of. We're supposed to be the stewards of things. I think we can't even do it now. Because
I don't think we can do it either. There are some with the awareness of, but there's just too much system relevance in the world, which doesn't.
Then everything happens. That 60 wars happen. The people go to the wars thing and says, okay, it's war, but we get used to it. It's just you get used to all this stuff. And no, I'm not happy with the results and the function, because it's a business. It's politics and thing has become a business. Politics and war have become a business, versus it's like you have a bottle company and to make money, and this is a politician to make money, and this is war is the process. Like you selling bottles, the process of politicians is to have wars, to have thing, and that changed because we didn't update. That changed. See the initial well-meaning, the benevolence of humanity being a part of nature disappears when we it's not disappearing, it's just suppressing, because the word is also a release. It's suppressing of what is, and we don't have to suffer. We can actually dance with war and dance with politicians. And actually, they say, I mean, in Germany, they said they have more fear of their politicians than of other people's, of other countries, like America or Russia or whatever. They have more fear of their own politician because they became aware that was that they use it as a business. They are money. It's like, give me your energy, give me your money, your artwork, whatever, so that I can play my games. That's the question that we always have. Why is the human? Because they don't trust that it's them. The control is high fear. You know, it's high fear and not trusting, and they don't trust, and don't even, you know, they have all mindsets for systems, but they have no mindset for, can we actually trust ourselves? Can we actually? We can. I mean, you and I proved that. You know, I have enough. I don't need another thing. I've proven that with relationships and everything, that we are enough as we are, and stuff just is like a wave. It comes up, it goes. It comes up, it goes. The wave is not a segregation from the sea is perfect, but the wave is wild. No, it's both. It's both, and I think this is where it's going. That's like, we're gonna have wars, we're gonna have pandemics, we're gonna have this and this. At the same time, to think, only it's not so elegant like when humans do that. It's more distorted when system. But perhaps we need that to update systems. Because that's what you and I always say: update systems to make them human centric and make them life systems. They continuously. They can't even. I talked to a couple of people in podcasts, and they said they can't even, you know, they said this vision is really important, that you know your vision. What are you about? What is Michelle about, right? And then you don't update it. If you would have said, this is what I'm about when we started, just it's not what you are now. So
because
have
what
to
was
say,
the point of existing if you just stay stagnant? I mean, the whole point of living is to change and
stagnant
to
is death.
evolve.
And that's what we create. That's why we must create death. I mean, in the last war, 1.8 million people die, and that's only soldiers, because you don't know what's the norm. You know that, but we can do it. This is what we say we can. You know, my friend Hopewell, she does, her all energy goes, we can. Her whole, and she says, you know, and I say always, there is no problems. We create problems, because in nature there's no problems. It's not a problem to have an earthquake or a wildfire in nature. It's not a problem. It's part of the process. And I guess that's the part of the process that we have to go through in the big picture, through war, through pandemics, through being mean and all that stuff, to see that, you know. But we can. Beautiful.
Yeah. One of one.
Not I can, we can.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, there we go. That's our space for today.
That was 5 minutes. That felt like 5 minutes.
That was it's very true. And I do think that there is a space for us to make sure that we look after our own energy. You know, we as humans, we are energetic beings as well. We are inhabiting this physical body, but our environments influence us. Our engagements influence us. We are relational beings. I can only be with you in this space because I don't need to be in a transactional space with you. I am in a relational space. Therefore, we can fill each other up and, you know, draw energy and give energy, and it becomes a balance instead of oh, what must I give or what must I get, or, you know, which the system spaces are very much transactional as to how much must I pay or how much do I charge, or, you know, which then
wrong,
energy,
right, wrong, good, bad,
good, bad.
right, wrong, good, bad, true, false. And we have talked about this. There is no true false. There's the highest truth is there's many truths of which we can learn and compare and grow.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so truth is war. We cannot say, you and I can say, oh, we want peace and everything. Yes, we can say that, but we cannot say, oh, war doesn't exist. It does exist. It's a problem that humans created, and therefore you can solve it. You can balance it.
Yeah.
Balancing is solving. It's not the opposite. It's even not the opposite. It's the balance. You know, we have that. How can we live with that? Or how can we make that in a way? That's the sustainability. All of a sudden they find stuff where we say, why didn't we find that out before?
Yeah.
You know, we learn in the process. This is a beautiful episode.
Yeah.
You know? No, it is.
It is. It's always a beautiful episode.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's always things that come in that isn't really, nothing is planned. It's not staged or, there's no defined outcome that we want to reach. We don't want to convince anybody of anything. We don't want to be right or wrong or any of that. It's just a
true or false either.
Right.
True or false either. Yeah. That's our perception. Take it or leave it. You know, use it or don't use it. You know, sometimes not using is an advantage. Sometimes using is an advantage. Sometimes triggering something, a new thought of you, is an advantage. This is why this we is so unbelievable.
Yeah.
If you see the we as 101, but all a channel of what people say God or the collective consciousness or whatever. We are all a channel, and that makes us grow. That makes life interesting and not boring.
Exactly. And that's why we like to monkey around.
Exactly.
Thank you.